The Suns had potentially the best offseason this summer of any team in the NBA. Credit to the Lakers, amongst others, did really well too. But I think soon NBA Twitter will understand how great Matt Ishbia and James Jones really were in free agency. The cherry on top of their retooled roster was getting a high-ceiling project player that, after averaging 10 points per game last season for the Magic, really seemed like he was trending upwards. Drop a like for me on the video and let me know in the comments what you think Bol Bol's role will be in Phoenix. Anyways, all that Suns firepower, right? Coming off the bench, Eric Gordon, Yuta Watanabe, Grayson Allen. Suns fans were thinking, how are teams going to stop a 7'2" quote-unquote guard from attacking the paint and hitting wide open threes? Well, the short answer appears to be that he's just going to stop himself by not earning minutes in practice and then severely underperforming in the little game action that he does get. And all this with a coach, Frank Vogel, that is obsessed with bigs and usually overachieves at getting the best out of his centers. He had Roy Hibbert masquerading as an all-star and got it done in the finals with a combination of old-ass Dwight Howard and an old JaVale McGee. Unfortunately for the Suns, his big man magic seems to be no match for Bol Bol's awkwardness on and off the court. Talked about it briefly on my main channel, Suns Valley Podcast, with my co-host Sundo, and I really still hate saying it because I run the risk of looking like a huge asshole, but I'll say it. Bol Bol, at least in interviews, comes off like an old school dum-dum. And to be honest, with his college education being at a higher level than mine, he's probably smarter than me. But I never claimed to be a genius. Honestly, now that I think about it, I actually suffered in high school from the same problem I think he's suffering from right now. Being unable to learn how to exist in an offense that isn't based around doing what you want to do at all times. Once again, I'm speculating here. None of this is being reported. It's just what I feel like I'm witnessing in real time. You can obviously see from the highlights, Bol Bol has a nice skill set that is hard to replicate at his size. And I can tell by our comment section that the overwhelming majority of Suns fans are willing to make excuses for Bol and claim that he's just not getting enough minutes, not getting enough touches. To which the latter, I actually agree. But after making excuses myself for DeAndre Ayton for a half of a decade, I find myself growing weary of the ability to do so any longer, especially for a player that the Suns didn't take with their first #1 overall pick and over Luka Doncic to boot. Now, it's very possible that your boy Von Sanity is overreacting to the first 3 games of the preseason, and I hope to God I am. But ponder this. The Suns were sitting numerous players versus the Blazers, including backup center Drew Eubanks. And Bol Bol still only got 7 minutes of playing time and didn't record a point or a rebound at 7-2. He was getting pushed around. Instead, the Suns gave backup center Udoka Azubuike 20 minutes, in which he clearly outplayed Bol Bol, despite not really comparatively having an ounce of talent to speak of, other than being built like a howitzer tank that's standing upright. Either way, it looks early on like Bol Bol's tenure with the Suns could sadly end the way that it did with the Nuggets. Him not being able to crack the rotation on a championship level roster or reaching his potential through playing heavy minutes, if that's even possible. I'll keep you posted throughout the season.